All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Peter Moorfield for this Round 9 rescheduled NPL Women's New South Wales matchup. It's Paletti on the call here with you this evening. It is a chilly evening here at Belmore, and hopefully the action on the pitch will warm up the atmosphere for Sydney Olympic. They are still without a win this season, and as we near the halfway point, opportunities to not only pick up their first win of the season, but pick up points, period, are starting to become fewer and fewer with the halfway point of the competition scheduled to meet this weekend. Of course, there have been a couple of washouts for Olympic, and this is one of those rescheduled games in the hope that they will be able to catch up to the MacArthur Rams and the Newcastle Jets in a club championship. While for the Jets, they'll be hoping for a win tonight to create some much needed space down the bottom of the table in a very, very tight relegation battle. We'll take you through the starting lineups now for the home side, Sydney Olympic. In goals, it's number 21, Brianna Clark. Number 3 is Ebony McHugh-Shaw. Number 4 and captain is Baxter Thew. Number 6 is 18 Keane. Number 8 is Alyssa Wynnum. Number 10 is Maya Fernandez. Number 11 is Rochelle Borromeo. Number 13 is Tara Bordana. Number 14 is Sarah Yatim. Number 17 is Maxine Peake. Sydney Olympic with an early chance here. It's Maxine Peake. She shoots. Net's empty. Cleared off the line by the Jets. And what a start to the game that would have been had they been able to arrest some of their problems, particularly on the goal-scoring front for Sydney Olympic, but not to be. However, they are in quite a dangerous attacking position here. As we finish off the starting lineup, number 17 is on the ball now. Maxine Peake, who takes a shot. What a save by Ali Borcher. And it'll be a corner on the other side of the ground. And rounding up the starting 11 for number 23 for Sydney Olympic is number 23, Chloe Gordon. Just 4 on the bench tonight for Sydney Olympic. Number 2 is Gabrielle Peake. Number 12 is Olivia Liziak. Number 25 is Priya Skiriaga. And number 36 is Bella Voice-Yuldon. As the corner is whipped in. And curling away from goal, headed down. And out of play for a goal kick there by I believe it was 18 Keane. Take it through the starting lineups now for the Newcastle Jets. In goals is number 50, Ali Borcher. Number 2 is Josie Allen. Number 3 is Isabella Throlfo. Number 7 is Kate Heap. Number 8 is Emma Dundas. Number 9 is Emma Bates. Number 10 is Layla Sharp. 12, Marnie Duggan. 19, Julianne Fox. 53 is Charlotte Lowry. And rounding out the starting side, it's number 77, Annika Driscoll. On the substitutes bench for the visitors from the Hunter, it is reserve goalkeeper number 20, Lily Rose Dunbar. Number 4 is Sophie Howarth. Number 11 is Neva Crofton. Number 21 is Lacey Dobson. Sydney Olympic back on the attack here. Number 23 is Aaliyah Kilroy. And 72 is Mackenzie Preston Paul. Attempted clear away there by Bates. That'll be an Olympic throw-in. Of course, this is the tough time of the season for a side like the emerging Jets when some of the A-League, for the Newcastle Jets, I should say, they're no longer called the emerging Jets. My apologies. As it is for all the academy sides when the A-League women contracts expire and the players have the choice whether to re-sign with the club for the NPL women's season or not. See some of them do that, whereas particularly if you look at the other academy side here in the first grade competition, the true one of the is in the Western Sydney Wanderers. A lot of their A-League women talent chose not to re-sign at the end of the season to stay on with the NPL squad. As Borcher passes it out, and sorry, not Borcher, my apologies, that was Brianna Clark. Passes it out to Baxter Thew. Yeah, like the likes of Talia Capitanellis left the Wanderers and has gone right back onto the score sheet for Sydney University against the same Newcastle Jets side. As Olympic on the attack now, referee's played advantage, looking for the cross in. It'll have to be held up, cut back. Now held up once again. It's looking for the cross. It's going to be a shot along the ground. It's going to be blocked by Isabella Threlfo. Not quite out of danger yet for the Jets. Now Tara Bordana with possession. We'll pass it back to Gordon. We'll go back to Clark under pressure. Here's Baxter Thew on the ball, looking for an option in the middle. As Olympic try to move it down and pass it out. Here's 18 Kane. And is that taking a deflection on the way out? Referee says yes, it's corner. We'll come to the near side for the corner this time. The second of the evening for Olympic. As the corner is whipped in, it's curling towards goal, cleared away. Only as far as Sarah Yatim. Headed up by Rochelle Borromeo. And the Jets starting to come back the other way now through Marnie Duggan. Baxter Thew getting in the defensive action. The Jets win a throw in. Olympic get the ball back as the Jets come down the line. Be picked up by Emma Dundas in midfield. She won't be able to control possession of the ball though as Sarah Yatims picked it up. It goes backwards to Thew. Thew goes back to Clark and they'll look to move out from the back here, chipping over the forward line to Tara Bordana. Has gone down and stayed down. Referee has blown a foul in favour of Sydney Olympic. As Tara Bordana, it's back to her feet. Ask for a new ball here. There might be a little bit of flatness in this one, perhaps. We're waiting for a new ball to come in. And, yeah, that one's been tossed over the fence. So, clearly, it's a little bit under pressure. And we'll come back for the foul here on Tara Bordana. No, it's going to be a throw-in. We're coming back for. No, we are coming back for the foul on Tara Bordana. I think there was a little bit of confusion. And not just from me, but from the players as well. As Olympic now. Drive it through the midfield here. It's Alyssa Wynnum. Coming out here to Yatim. Looking to get in behind is Borromeo. Along the ground, shot, saved by Borcher. Ball still there for Olympic. And the danger now cleared a bit for the Jets as Maya Fernandez goes backwards to Baxter Thew. And we'll throw in for the Jets there on the far side. And did talk about the number of rescheduled games coming through for Sydney Olympic. This is one of them. They've also still need to have rescheduled their game that was washed out against Mount Druitt from Sunday's round round 12 action. And one of their washouts, which ended up being a 3-0 loss to Sydney University about a month ago. As here's Wynnum on the ball. Wynnum turns around, shoots, gets it past Ali Porcher, and Sydney Olympic are on the board. And it is Alyssa Wynnum's first goal of the season. She's come in the transfer window for Sydney Olympic. 9 minutes gone, and it's Sydney Olympic 1, Newcastle Jets 0. Play back underway. And that's exactly what Sydney Olympic needed to start this game, was a quick goal. Which have been few and far between so far this season. As it'll come back here to Clark. Here's Thew. Bates passing it backwards to Charlotte Lowry. Jets under pressure here in the middle. Referee didn't say a foul there, so Maxine Peake gets a shot away. It's blocked. Throw in for Olympic. Despite appeals there from Emma Bates, referee said no foul. And Olympic will be the beneficiaries. As Maya Fernandez tries to get it forward here to Yatim, does so. Yatim crosses along the ground. Shot comes in, that's blocked out off Bates. From a shot from Rochelle Borromeo, so it will be another corner, third corner of the evening already for the home side. Have dominated the opening stages of this contest here. As Alyssa Wynnum saves the corner and will pass it back to Borromeo. Referee has spotted the foul there on Borromeo. Referee just giving the wait for the whistle signal so that the players go earlier. My apologies, foul was on Maya Fernandez, not Rochelle Borromeo. One in the wall for the Jets. Borromeo and Wynnum. It'll be Borromeo to take it. Sorry, it'll be Fernandez to take it. My apologies. And it will be a goal kick as Jets keeper Ali Borcher to chase. Short restart. Sent long through the midfield to Layla Sharp, and I'm not going to lie, it probably could have been done by Borcher herself. I don't think there's any need to go with the short restart if all you're going to do is loft it long into the midfield, but I'm not a coach. So I'm sure there's a tactical nuance and reason why they're doing it. As the Jets forced out of play, pressured out of play was Annika Driscoll, so it will be an Olympic throw-in. Appeals for handball, waved away. Driscoll, Thew sends it long. And chasing it down here is Maxine Peake. She won't get there ahead of Kate Heap. They'll clear it out for a throw-in here on the near side. Bordana throws it in to Alyssa Wynnum. Clearance is blocked there. And Wynnum now into the 18-yard box. Loses possession, gets it back. Wynnum passing it off, looking for Maxine Peake. Nice defensive work there by the Jets. They're looking for a way out of their defensive third. And they'll get their way out, but it'll come right back in. As Bordana throws it in after having a little bit of a discussion there with the assistant referee. Chloe Gordon sent it to Clark, complaining about the inflation of the ball. We've already had one ball looked at tonight. Of course, it could be the same ball. Here's Gordon. Goes across the face of goal to Thew. Passing it back to Gordon. Into the midfield here. Gordon goes to Wynnum. Pass coming out here to Bordana. To Yatim in behind for Bordana. Crossing it in. Cleared away. It's Wynnum. Ebony McHugh-Shaw gets the pass out to a teammate there. He'll come back to McHugh-Shaw. Ball's loose, and who wants it? The Jets get there first. And coming away with it is Annika Driscoll, looking for the through ball in behind there for Josie Allen. I wasn't quite able to time the run. Clark just holding the ball at her feet, no rush to get play back underway. So Olympic get it over the halfway line. For Maxine Peake in behind, cleared out by Charlotte Lowry. As the throw comes in, it's Peake. They'll have to go backwards. Pass away to Maya Fernandez. Clearance will be picked off by Chloe Gordon just beyond the halfway line. Short ball to Wynnum. We'll go for a dribble before getting the pass away. We'll come back to Wynnum. He's looking for options. Pass is blocked. A bit heavy there from Tara Bordana. Sees the Jets get the ball back. Their throw in. Here's Lowry. Pass intercepted there by Thew. Fernandez along the ground. Referee says play on. Here's Driscoll. And it's going to be put out by Sydney Olympic. So Jets, a rare visit into the attacking half so far in this game. Here's Driscoll. Crossing it in along the ground. Josie Allen does get a touch to it, chipped up straight into the arms of Brianna Clark. Throws it out onto the far side there for McHugh-Shaw. Come in for Fernandez. Maxine Peake looking for 18 Keane there on the right. 18 Keane's in behind the defensive line. Players tracking back. What can Keane do? Along the ground to Wynnum. Wynnum shoots. Wynnum scores. And it's a brace for the Kiwi. Alyssa Wynnum has doubled Sydney Olympics' advantage in just the 18th minute of play. That's basically about 9 minutes after she scored the first one. It is Sydney Olympic 2, Newcastle Jets 0, and this could indeed be the night for Sydney Olympic that kick-starts their season. Based on early indications, although a bunch of people keep saying that 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in football. So I'm sure Sydney Olympic will want to make it 3-0 as quickly as they can. As back to Thew, as her pass intercepted. Here's Wynnum. She's on a hat trick. As Wynnum sets it up, shoots, blocked out of play there by Isabella Threlfo. That will be another corner for Olympic. Will be Maya Fernandez to take the corner. She whips the corner in, cleared at the near post. A miscommunication, a little slip there on the turf, but the Olympic recover. Here's Wynnum. Wynnum looked like she was gearing up for a second and then saw the bodies in front of her and thought better of it. Here's Josie Allen. As Baxter-Thew goes out to 18 Keane on the right. She gets around Julianne Fox. 18 Keane in behind once again. What a save by Ali Borcher. And cleared away by the Jets. Here's Driscoll. Goes back and long now. Picked off by Gordon. Bordana. Pass back to Fernandez. Picked off in midfield there by Marnie Duggan. As Wynnum. The referee did look to play advantage, but we'll come back for the foul. As Baxter-Thew gets us back underway. Short pass to Gordon, who'll come out to Bordana. There's Michelle Borromeo. Tried to put a through ball in behind there for Yatim. Borcher rolls it out to Lowry. It'll be kept in by Keane. Tries to put a shot on target, but straight into the waiting arms of Ali Borcher on the 18-yard box. Driscoll heads it forward. Chloe Gordon puts it out, but not far enough. So Josie Allen will cut back in on the inside with the ball, looking for options. Josie Allen is blocked on the edge of the box by Fernandez. Referee quickly waves away any thoughts of appeal of a handball. There's Driscoll here on the near side, crossing it in along the ground. It's blocked by Gordon. Driscoll has a second opportunity, cleared away. Attempted volley there by Emma Dundas, not able to reach its mark or even make contact with it. And Sydney Olympic will get the pressure eased back off them once again. Bordana. As Maxine Peake takes a little bit of a slip there in the turf. It's no wonder why this ground gets washed out so many times a season. Can you imagine if they were playing on this on Sunday and then had to play this game against the Jets today? I'll come back to that thought. Here's 18 Keane. Keane takes a shot. Diving save by Ali Porcher. Cleared away only to Alyssa Wynnum. There's a through ball. It'll come back to Wynnum, who shoots. Alyssa Wynnum has a hat-trick inside 25 minutes. The 23rd minute of play, and it's a hat-trick for the Kiwi. Alyssa Wynnum. As, I'll tell you what, it started to solve some of Sydney Olympics' problems in front of goal. I know it's a very small sample size of not even a half a football, but that might just be the key to Sydney Olympic season. Here's their mid-season recruitment, and there's still more to come if reports are to be believed. From first heard those from fellow Football New South Wales commentator Nicola Posda, who believes there could be as many as 7 players coming in for Sydney Olympic. Some of those have started to filter through, obviously with the likes of 18 Keane and Alyssa Wynnum. Here's Driscoll. Loses possession to Fernandez. As Bates passes it backwards. Along the ground there from Threlfo. Watcher goes to Lowry. Cleared away now by the Jets, but the clearance is blocked, although Driscoll picks it up in midfield. And gets it out here to Kate Heap, although Sydney Olympic have other ideas. Driscoll on the ball. Now it'll get to Heap. Spins, turns, goes short, backwards to Bates. We'll go to Lowry. Looks to chip it over the back line here, trying to get it to Layla Sharp. Will take the shot, saved by Brianna Clark. So the right idea there by by the Jets. Olympic up to the task as Clark turns the ball over from the restart. Here's the Jets. It's going to be blocked off of Thew. Duggan on the ball. Olympic come away with the ball here. It's going to be kept by the Jets now. Bates gets the pass out. It'll come back to Bates. Here's Heap. Driscoll. Looking for options. We'll get into the 18-yard box. Can she get there before it goes out? It's going to be a goal kick. She did get there before it went out, but the cross never really had any legs on it and called out of play. As Clark goes short along the ground to Baxter Thew. Out to McHugh Shaw there on the right. Here's 18 Keane, who spins and turns around the mark. Keane is going on a little bit of a run here. She'll get the pass away to Alyssa Wynnum. She's going to set herself up as an option. Through ball in behind. Rolls through to the Jets keeper. And Lowry sends it long. Chloe Gordon getting there to stop the Jets. Emma Dundas picking up the ball, has other ideas, but not able to find a teammate. Wynnum passes it out. Peak sends it out. It'll come back to Wynnum. As Maxine Peak is fouled. The former Wellington Phoenix player, Alyssa Wynnum, and Maya Fernandez, the ones standing over the ball again. We saw a free kick before. It was Fernandez who ultimately ended up taking it. Who's it going to be this time? It is Wynnum. Along the ground to Borromeo. Cleared away now by the Jets. They just can't. And it's going to be a foul for Newcastle by Alyssa Wynnum as 18 Keane just putting it onto the mark. Short. Comes out here to Heap. There's Driscoll losing it to 18 Keane. who's going to cop a nasty foul there from Kate Heap. The referee just having a word with her. She's only in a little bit of trouble. Although if she does that again, she might be in a heap of trouble. It's Gordon. Goes to Thew. I'll send it right out to McHugh Shaw. The switch flanks Olympic and looking to start once again back on the attack. Wynnum goes in behind for Maxine Peake, who's scored her second goal of the season here in the 30th minute of play. And Sydney Olympic absolutely putting the Jets to the sword here in the first half. 30 minutes gone. And it's Sydney Olympic 4, Newcastle Jets 0. And this is turning into something. I'll say that. It's now 12 goals in the last 2 and a quarter games that the Jets have conceded. 4-0 loss to Sydney Uni at home on the weekend. It was a 4-1 loss to UNSW. And the week before at the Village Green, which was preceded by a 5-2 win over Mount Druitt and a 4-3 win over Apia, which took place across 2 days because of weather stopping the game in the 55th minute on Easter Monday, and they came back and played the rest of the game, I believe, about a week and a half later from memory. And game was 3-3 at the time, and the Jets had the player advantage, and they managed to walk away with 4-3 victory. The very late goal to do so, and those wins seemed like they were a long time away now, as they're staring down the barrel of the referee. Looked to play advantage there for a second, as the Jets stare down the barrel of a 3rd consecutive loss. Referee just talking to the players gathered around the spot of the foul. It's going to be 2 in the wall this time for the Jets. So Olympic looking at another set piece option. It's 18 Keane this time. Alyssa Wynnum chipping it over the huddle of players. Straight into the arms of Ali Borcher. There's Kate Heap. Cleared away now by Dundas. Keane receive the pass back as from Baxter Thew. She'll take a slip there. Shoulder into the back. And Keane is remonstrating with the referee there on her way away from the scene of the crime. She'll come back. She's clearly not happy with the amount of times in the last few minutes that she's been fouled. And seems to be asking when the card's coming. And if she's not careful, she'll be the one receiving a card. It's going to be Tara Bordana here. She'll go short to Baxter Thew. well away from the massive bodies that are gathered. 25 yards out from goal. McHugh Shaw gets the pass away. It's going to be an Olympic throw-in. As the throw comes in, Wynnum's looking to get on the end of it. Does get a touch to it. She'll lose possession temporarily, though, to Julianne Fox. Pass it away. That's going to be another Olympic throw-in. As Olympic keep it in the attacking third. Here's 18 Keane trying to get through a couple of players. Driscoll loses possession of the ball. Keane now into the 18-yard box. She gets the pass. It's going to fall. Blocked on the line by Borcher. Still alive. Here's Maxine Peake. And it's going to be a goal kick. Here's Bordana. Just a reminder, if you want to get in touch with us, you can use the hashtag NPLW New South Wales on social media. I'd absolutely love for you to be part of the conversation tonight and during all of our games. There's Kate Heap. Takes the throw in. It comes away to Bates. Dundas. Dundas loses possession. The pass doesn't quite reach Julianne Fox. Charlotte Lowry will go all the way back to Borcher. They'll drive it long through the midfield. Gordon tried to get a pass away. The Jets bring it through the middle, lofting in behind, and could the Jets look at taking flight here? Although Gordon's trying to ground it, she'll go down. Clark clears it away. Gordon in a little bit of pain. She stayed down. Dundas with the shot. And Clark with the save. It's taking a little bit of extra time on the turf there. Here's Clark with a couple of her teammates down. Just giving them time to recover. It's very smart experience there from the keeper. Here's Borromeo looking to go in behind the back line, and Aidan Keane, perhaps sensing she might have been offside, electing not to give chase. The pass comes away to Maxine Peake. She'll go backwards. Looking for the crossfield pass to Keane, who's come in a little bit, looking in behind. Trying to get it on to Maxine Peake, but it's a little bit too heavy there on the pass. Dundas goes crossfield. It's to Lowry. It's Duggan. It's a pass away. And it'll come back here. And it's going to, Lowry just waiting for the ball to come to her, has left it for Olympic to pick up as Maxine Peake puts that one narrowly over the crossbar. Certainly trying to take advantage of the opportunity that was gifted to Olympic as the Jets continue to play out from the back here. Here's Driscoll. Goes along the ground. It will find Duggan. Pass it out onto the wing, looking for a run in behind as Josie Allen backs the few. Well, put it behind the fencing, and that has hit someone's car. I know it's not mine because I made sure that I parked in a side street away from the ground to avoid that very thing happening. It certainly wasn't a heavy impact by any stretch. It bounced quite a bit before it reached the car, but still, you never want a football hitting your car. As Josie Allen here looking to get in behind. It's lofted up by Clark. Duggan gets it away to Allen. Allen takes a shot. Josie Allen! That narrowly misses. Bouncing just in front of the far post as she shot it. And they desperately need a goal here before halftime, do the Jets, if they want to try to get anything out of this game. The Sydney Olympic don't look like slowing down. Although I will say this is the longest period of the game we've gone without a goal so far for the home side. So I guess it depends on what logic you use. Bordana goes to Keane. It's Throlfo. Throlfo trying to get it forward. There's Driscoll. Here's Kane. Who had her through ball blocked by its intended target there in Rochelle Borromeo. Here's Wynnum. It's Fernandez back to Wynnum. Fernandez will pick it back up. And backwards to Thew. I'll go forwards back to Wynnum. He's already got 3 tonight. Cross comes in. Cleared away. And the Jets will win a foul in midfield. Oh, just on the edge of the attacking third, I should say. So restart will go to Borcher. Pass it to Throlfo. He's got space to move here and might be able to find an option down the line. Won't be able to be kept in play by Heap. There's Olympic, get another throw here. Bordana calling out for 18 Keane to be on the receiving end of it. It's going to be an Olympic throw in as Emma Dundas takes a little bit of a slip here on the Peter Moorfield turf. And there hasn't been any rain for a few days, but it is, of course, winter in Sydney. Clearly a little bit dewy on the surface, and the players. Oh, that's got to see a card delivered here. That is completely uncalled for, and 18 Keane has to be careful here. I know she's frustrated because she's been on the receiving end of a number of fouls, but you can't lash out like that. The referee has a decision to make. He's calling out the players involved. So it's going to be a yellow card to both players involved. So 18 Keane into the book. I didn't see who the Jets player was that was put into the book. And as we hit the 44th minute, we're in the 44th minute, so a couple of cards just before half time. The Jets come away with a free kick after all of that. Will be a Jets throw in. Tempers flaring just a little bit here before half time, and probably can't come quickly enough. Both sides will look to settle down for the second half. Here's Heap. Here on the Peter Moore turf. Alyssa Wynnum gets a pass away to Maxine Peake. She'll turn. She'll shoot off the underside of the crossbar. And Ali Borcher picking up a fantastic save there, tipping it onto the underside of the crossbar and then picking it up as the rebound spilled directly to her, but not out of danger yet here. And that's 5 for Olympic. And that might be all she wrote here just before the break. It is Sydney Olympic 5, the Newcastle Jets 0. And even the most optimistic of Jet supporters will be wondering how they're going to overturn a 5-goal deficit in the second 45. Oh, 18 Keane is offside. Referee opting to just get this back underway. We'll come out here to Heap and pass, go back to Threlfo. Pass to Dundas will come out here to Heap. We'll go back to Bates. Sends it long. Heap looking for options. Pass to Bates. Go short and backwards to Borcher. Threlfo. Under pressure from Wynnum, who forces a turnover. Here a throw in. Bordana throws it in. It'll be headed out. And be another throw in. As the throw comes in, it's with Maxine Peake. And that's half time here at Peter Moore Field in this round 9 rescheduled NPL Women's New South Wales matchup. And it's Sydney Olympic 5, Newcastle Jets 0. Alyssa Wynnum with a hat-trick inside 23 minutes. Has taken this game away from the Jets for a 30th minute goal to Maxine Peake, and then a goal in the 45th minute. Has seen Sydney Olympic with a 5-0 lead at the break. A little bit of a fracas just before half time. Saw two players go into the book, one from each team. As tensions flared, and we'll see what happens at half time as to whether or not the players settle down and get things back under control. But for now, it's Sydney Olympic 5, the Newcastle Jets 0 here at halftime at Peter Moore Field. It's Paletti on the call here with you this evening, and we hope that you'll join us back here in about 14 minutes' time for the second half.
so you don't do a hamstring. Don't do a injury.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Peter Moorfield for the second half of this round 9 rescheduled NPL Women's New South Wales matchup. It's Paletti on the call here with you this evening, and don't adjust the stream. It is indeed 5-0 for Sydney Olympic here at halftime of this NPL Women's New South Wales matchup. And the first half belonged to the player on debut for Olympic, Alyssa Wynnum, who got a hat-trick inside 23 minutes, opening the scoring in the 9th minute before doubling Sydney Olympic's advantage in the 18th, and then in the 23rd, netting her hat-trick. Maxine Peake in the 30th minute made it 4-0 before Rochelle Borromeo in the first minute of first half stoppage time made it 5-0. Two players in the book, Aideen Keane in the 44th minute and Josie Allen in the 44th minute. As two sides just waiting for the procedures to take place before the game can get back underway from our referees. It'll be Sydney Olympic running from left to right on your screen here in the second half in the predominantly blue kit with white trim, blue shorts and white socks for the Newcastle Jets. As Ali Butcher called straight into action for Olympic, who starting the second half very much the way they started the first half, on the attack and looking to score from the get-go as Butcher sends it long. The half-time substitute Mackenzie Preston Poole heads it backwards and the shot comes in, diving save by Butcher for Isabella Throlfo. Onto the ball, sends it long. As with the Jets running from right to left on your screen in the second 45 in the predominantly gold jersey with blue trim, blue shorts and blue socks. So it will be a goal kick. As in the Olympic attack is halted. That when that happened in the first half, it resulted in a corner, so it's a little bit of an improvement already coming out of half time for the Jets. Here's Aideen Keane. Goes short to Q Shaw, back to Keane. He's looking for a way through. Alyssa Wynnum on debut for Sydney Olympic. The first minutes of the season. As Yatim passes it to Rochelle Borromeo. Wynnum turns out to Q Shaw. Cross going towards the far post, kept in. No, it's not. It's out, and the flag's up for offside. Anyway, so Jets with a little bit of relief there. As Olympic regain the ball. For the Jets, get it back here on the near side. Keane passing it inwards, and it'll come back to Chloe Gordon from Maya Fernandez. Gordon will go to Max Thew out to Tara Bordana. It will be a Jets throw in. They'll get their first chance on the attack here in the second 45. And it's going to be a free kick to the Jets. Oh, sorry, to Olympic. My apologies. As Ronnie Duggan looks to put it into the 18-yard box, and it'll just roll through to Clark. It's Bordana. They'll go out off of Annika Driscoll. for a new ball here. Wynnum coming all the way back to get in defence. Is Keane in a little bit of a tussle there with Charlotte Lowry. And Keane comes away with it. Lifted up into the air by Bates. Will fall to Fernandez. Coming up here is Duggan, although Olympic get the ball back through Baxter Thew. Throlfo passing it off to Bates. Be picked up in the midfield there by Mackenzie Preston Poole. Bates back on the ball. Goes back to Isabella Throlfo. And go all the way back to Clark for Olympic. Under a little bit of pressure. I'll get it out to Ebony McHugh-Shaw. There's Eva Crofton on the ball, who also came on at half-time for the visitors. Actually, no, my apology. Yep, no, it was. Yes, sorry, I saw the 12 come right near me, and I was like, hang on, no, I was confused. No, I definitely did see the number 11. My apologies. Isabella Throlfo wins the ball. Pass out. Bates sends it long. Be intercepted by Thew. Here's Duggan. Passing it off to Preston Poole. Preston Poole turns and shoots on the right foot. Straight into the waiting arms of Brianna Clark. It was a routine catch at second slip there. There's Sophie Howarth. Who's also come on at half time, so triple sub for the Jets at the break. There's Lowry. Bates not able to get that one under control. Here's Wynnum as Rochelle Borromeo takes a little bit of a tumble there. Here's Wynnum. There's the Jets. Oh, that's going to be picked off there by Borromeo. And Maxine Peake. What a save by Ali Borcher. And that is a goal for 18 Keane. Who makes it 6 for Sydney Olympic. And Ali Borcher just now getting back to her feet. In the 53rd minute, it's Sydney Olympic 6. Newcastle Jets 0. Here at Peter Moore Field. As the demolition job continues from Sydney Olympic. Will pick up their first win of the season. In this round 9 rescheduled contest. Of course, round 13 awaits this weekend. So they've been waiting a long time for that. And they still have one rescheduled game to go. So that being against the league leading Mount Druitt Town Rangers. As 18 Keane wins possession back, then loses it. Here is Duggan passing it in. As Wynnum. As Bates closing in. Gets the pass away to the most recent goal scorer, 18 Keane. Back to Wynnum. They'll try to put that in behind. The Jets get it away. Kept in by Fernandez inside the attacking third, and now Olympic will just backtrack and try to reset a little bit here. Here's Baxter Thew. Will come out to McHugh Shaw. Here's Keane. Does some good work to keep it in, and Jets will win a throw in. Some good work there by Charlotte Lowry to send the ball out off of Keane to win her side a throw in, although Romeo looking for a second there, a little bit heavy on the touch. Wasn't able to control it. We kept it, going to be picked up by Baxter Thew. Some good bit of work there, and the referee eventually says that's enough. Get play back underway. Restart here for Sydney Olympic will be taken by Ebony McHugh Shaw. Will go short two. The player was fouled. And Baxter Thew. Pass it to Gordon, out to Tara Bordana. Here's Alyssa Wynnum. And Wynnum already with three. He'll take the shot. That's going to be blocked out off the back of Charlotte Lowry. And that is corner number 5 for Olympic. And the first of this second half. It's the first half hat-trick to Alyssa Wynnum, sending her tied top of the Golden Boot race for Sydney Olympic. Previously, as I said, she'll join Olivia Liziak with 3 goals. She certainly seems to want more. Here's Thew. As the Jets come away with it. Preston Poole chasing that one down. She does get a touch on it. It's a foot race between her and Tara Bordana, and Preston Poole will win, although she has lost the lane. As Bordana able to get on the inside, and it will be a goal kick. After all of that, we'll wait for a new ball to turn up. As this game has just settled itself down. Yes, it'll come back to Clark. Here's Wynnum. Foul going against the Jets. No, it is going for the Jets. Sophie Howarth screaming out at the referee. And the referee realised that made a mistake. So, as indeed to the Jets, as here's Crofton on the ball. Back to Bates. Threlfo. Looking for a way forward. We'll come back to Threlfo. To Sophie Howarth. Wynnum. Borromeo. Bates. Goes back to Howarth. Threlfo sends it long, headed back into the attacking half by Tara Bordana. And it will be met by Isabella Threlfo doing the exact same thing. The Jets win a throw. As Jets, I'll be hoping to get one back. Try to take something out of this game, as they will feature in the match of the round for round 13 of the NPL Women's New South Wales competition against the Western Sydney Wanderers. A game on Sunday afternoon at Wanderers Football Park. Against the fellow A-League's Academy side. Be hoping to arrest this recent form of defeat as Sydney Olympic make a couple of substitutions. Maxine Peake and Ebony McHugh-Shaw making way from the field. Maxine Peake won't get the chance to get her third goal of the season. She already got one tonight. To double her season tally to 2. One of the players who came on was Gabrielle Peake. She's taken McHugh-Shaw's spot at right back as Sydney Olympic win a foul. And the other player coming on is number 25, Priya Siriaga. Double substitution in the 60th minute. Gabrielle Peake and Priya Siriaga on. Maxine Peake and Ebony McHugh-Shaw coming off the field. So only 4 on the bench for Sydney Olympic this evening. So Olivia Liziak and Bella Voicey-Yaldon. The other 2 players that haven't made way onto the field yet. As the Jets win a foul. And Ali Borcher was coming out to... it looks like she might have been coming out to take that before the Jets decided to restart play quickly. And she had to quickly hurry back into the 18-yard box. It's occurring off-screen. Certainly interesting that they chose to get it underway rather quickly, given that they need to get the ball down the other end of the pitch if they want to get anything out of this game at all. This is 18 Keane. She's come a long way into the box and will put that right into the signage there on the canteen, which is not open tonight here at Peter Moorfield. Throlfo dribbles, sends a pass along the ground. We picked off there by Fernandez. Wynnum getting the pass away to Borromeo. Preston Poole not able to keep possession. Satara Bordana moved it on. And Bordana back on the ball now. Nice to Chloe Gordon. Go across the face of goal to Baxter Thew. There's Gabrielle Peake looking for Priya Siriaga. A little bit heavy there on the touch between the 2 substitutes. Sees the Jets pick the ball back up. And that's in behind here for Marnie Duggan, although it will quickly find her path forward, blocked by Olympic jerseys. And the pass for Layla Sharp. It's a little bit too heavy there, allowing Brianna Clark to pick it up. Here's 18 Keane. We'll come back to Sydney Olympic winger. Tried to play that through for Priya Siriaga. It's going to be a Jets throw in. As we're going to have another Sydney Olympic substitute. Goal scorer Rochelle Borromeo making her way from the field. here in the 64th minute. And that's going to be an Olympic throw-in. As Gabrielle Peak throws it in to 18 Keane. Wynnum goes to Peak. Back to Thew. Not able to quite get the pass away she wanted. Layla Sharp not able to get control of the ball. Chloe Gordon out to Peak. That's Crofton. Bates. Lowry. I'll go to Borcher. And tell you that Rochelle Borromeo came on for Bella Voicey-Yuldon. That shot comes in and is wide, so it will be a goal kick as the Jets go to the bench. And we're going to have the final Sydney Olympic substitute. So no guessing who it is coming on here. It will be Olivia Liziak for Olympic, and 18 Keane gets herself an early mark as well. Here in the 65th minute of play, as Lacey Dobson makes her way onto the field for the Jets. At the same time, 18 Keane certainly troubled the referee's book a little bit tonight with a yellow card and a goal to show for it. All substitutions available to Sydney Olympic have now been made. So I mentioned only 4 on the bench. Not that it would have mattered because they've now used all of their substitution windows regardless. So this will be the side that sees it out as Shiriaga. Olympic do want 7. Here's Shiriaga. Cross and isn't quite able to meet Sarah Yatim at the far post. Voicey-Yuldon not quite able to get on the end of that one, so the Jets will move it out. Olympic do get the ball back, and it will be a free kick for Sydney Olympic. So it will be Alyssa Wynnum to take it. It's a short option in Maya Fernandez, but certainly the way everyone's lining up. Oh, it did indeed go short to Maya Fernandez. I'll go back to Wynnum, and I was literally, as Fernandez was starting to move away from the ball, I'll stay with the play here. Asiriaga goes to Fernandez, who gets caught up a little bit there through the middle of this Peter Moorfield pitch. As you can sort of see, it is very brown in the middle. It was a little bit chopped up. As I was saying, as Fernandez was moving further and further away from the ball, it certainly looked like Wynnum was going to put it into the mixer. And, well, she proved me wrong before the words could even leave my mouth. As Olympic get the throw in here. Here's Wynnum. Puts the ball in behind and a roll through to the keeper. As it goes to Throlfo. Go backwards to Borcher. It's under pressure from Wynnum. Gets the pass away here to Lacey Dobson. Possession lost by the Jets. There's Liziak. To Gabrielle Peak. There's Mackenzie Preston Paul. Have the ball taken off her feet by Chloe Gordon. Receive the pass from Wynnum. She'll immediately move it out to Thew before receiving it back from her centre-back partner. Here's Wynnum. Through ball in behind as Kate Heap gets there first. Boise Yordon gets the pass away and the flag goes up for offside. So long restart there from Ali Borcher. Wisiak not able to control the touch. Yes, Isabella Throlfo sends it long. Theo. There's Seriatim, who wins a foul. As the temperature continues to drop here at Peter Moore Field. We'll go backwards. Olympic will go backwards with the restart. Here's Peak, passing it off to Bella Voicey Yildon. He'll pass it off to Shiriaga. Here's Liziak. Diving save by Ali Borcher. Despite conceding 6, has had a very good night in goal and has made some very good saves. Just hasn't been able to hold up to the Sydney Olympic attack. Heap looking for a teammate, instead go out for a throw-in. As the throw comes in. There's Alyssa Wynnum. Is saved by Borcher. Still alive for Shiriaga, and he'll go straight into the arms of Borcher, who immediately gets it out here to Lacey Dobson, trying to take advantage of the mountain of space that was available here just short of the halfway line, but didn't quite get the kick right. The Jets do keep the ball here, and Layla Sharp will win a foul. As the Jets go to the bench for the final time this evening. And Layla Sharp will make her way from the field. Actually, sorry, I do apologise. It won't necessarily be the final time this evening. They do still have one substitution window up their sleeve if they choose to use it, but that would be keeper for keeper substitution. As Aaliyah Kilroy comes on to the field in jersey number 23 here. In the 72nd minute of play. Long throw for Olympic. As backs a few, puts it onto the feet of Priya Shiriaga. Kate Heap stopping Alyssa Wynnum from getting onto it, but it will go out for a throw. And it seems weird to say that we haven't had a goal since the 53rd minute. Given how fast and frequent they were in the first half. And that has gone behind for a goal kick. So Sydney Olympic certainly not for a lack of trying here in this second half. Just been unable to get more than just the one goal so far. And the Jets putting up a spirited fight back here. As Clark comes out a little bit, drills it long. There's Lowry. Voice of Yield on. Here's Kate Heap. Go back to Borsha. Clark. To Gordon. Now to Tara Bordana. Along the ground to Voicey Yordon. In possession here are Olympic. At him, losing possession that time as Kate Heap then sends it down the far side. Clark, go to Thew. There's Aaliyah Kilroy chasing that one down, but not able to get there before Olympic are able to move it out. And they're moving it out rather quickly as we've got Olympic here. Voicey Yildon out to Liziak. And Voicey Yildon has made it 7. That's the point after touchdown for Sydney Olympic as they enter 7th heaven here at Peter Moorfield. Here in the 76th minute of play. Sydney Olympic 7, the Newcastle Jets 0. And that goal means that the two sides have swapped their goal differential tally. Coming into the game, it was Sydney Olympic with minus 18 goal differential, and the Newcastle Jets with minus 11 goal differential. So the two have flipped here in this dominant performance by Sydney Olympic. The shot comes in. It'll be blocked. From the shot coming in from Crofton. Down the line goes Liziak. To find Iriaga. Took a little bit of a detour on the way through. Here's Liziak. There's Wynnum. Liziak. Looking for options. Turns it over. Backs to Thew. Gets the ball back for Olympic. Across at the near post. It'll be headed up and cleared away by Charlotte Lowry. Tara Bordana helping her side win a throw in there by forcing a pass from the Jets. So we've got about 13.5 minutes plus stoppage time to go here. There's Kate Heap. Hits the turf. Here's Sophie Howarth. I'll come back to her. She looks for options. I'll go to Neva Crofton. That's going to be a Jets throw. Will be taken here by Lowry. Has found Aaliyah Kilroy. Kilroy gives away the foul in the eyes of the referee. Draws the ire of a couple of the Jet supporters who have made their way down here to Peter Moorfield. Back to Thew. Sends it long. It's headed up by Charlotte Lowry. There's an unintentional falcon there from Sophie Howarth onto her teammate Emma Bates. Here's Wynnum. Wynnum gets it through for Siriaga. Look to put it back on the feet of Alyssa Wynnum at the flag up for offside. And Wynnum either didn't hear the whistle or feigning ignorance as she tried to take a couple of extra shots after the whistle had gone. As Ali Borcher takes a restart, we headed up by Olympic. Wynnum clearly wanted that fourth goal, as she is adjudged to have fouled. No, sorry, the flag has gone up for offside. That wasn't a foul. My apologies. It was so far up the pitch I didn't even see the assistant's flag go up. As Olympic get the ball back anyway. Here's Gordon. Backwards to Clark. Not to Gordon. And ball intended for Olivia Litiak. Just a bit too much power on it. Was Olympic appealing for a handball there on Mackenzie Preston Paul, but I don't think that'll be too hard done by that it wasn't given. Given their massive lead, as Driscoll to pass it back into the middle. And ball has once again found itself to Olympic. Wynnum putting it in behind. Bella Voice yield on just a little bit. Wasn't quite able to make the run. There's Sophie Howarth. Finds Gabrielle Peake, which I don't think she was intending to do. Liziak. I think that was supposed to go back to Brianna Clark, but certainly didn't take the touch off the boot that Liziak would have wanted. As Wynnum looking to go across for Sarah Yatim. Didn't quite get enough angle on it. Annika Driscoll now. Looking for options, and it's rinse and repeat. The ball turned over to Sydney Olympic in the midfield. Lacey Dobson there getting a nice touch on that one, but it will only find a Sydney Olympic jersey. Gabrielle Peake will keep that one in play. Wynnum, Liziak. Not able to get that through the legs of Charlotte Lowry. Cleared out by Chloe Gordon. Lowry. Bates. A little bit of confusion there before backs a few. Goes to Clark, who's not quite able to get as much of power, not able to get as much power on that as she wanted to. Although it has worked out for the home side. Before Voice Yildon turns it over to Crofton. Peake now goes backwards to Clark. Short to Gordon, out to Bordana. There's a left back. Gets tangled up there with Annika Driscoll. The referee looked like he had the whistle to the mouth for a moment before deciding better of it. As Driscoll will give away the foul. And Sydney Olympic win the free kick. It will be Chloe Gordon to take it. I'll go into Clark. Pass it out to Peake. A little bit of pressure here by the Jets, and they'll intercept the ball through Crofton. There's Gilroy on the ball. Looking for a way through. And that's going to be a Jets throw. It will be Charlotte Lowry, and it looks like she's lining up for a long one. Although there doesn't appear to be anyone waiting inside the 18-yard box for it. And that will be a corner for the Jets. Bates claiming a deflection, and the referee agrees. So it will be a corner for the Jets, and can they get one back? Short corner goes to Lacey Dobson. Cleared away now by Olympic, and I don't quite know if I agree with the idea of a short corner when you're trying to score against a team that hasn't really given anything up all night. This is going to be a yellow card shown to Neva Crofton for the Jets. In the 85th minute. Is the Olympic player still down here? And she's back to her feet now. I believe that is Maya Fernandez, who was on the receiving end of the foul. Here's Wynnum. Now to Lysiak. Skiriaga calling for it. And that called inside Charlotte Lowry. Didn't quite find its way through to Skiriaga. Olympic with the throw. And Sarah Yatim in absolutely no hurry to make her way across to take that one. In fact, she won't, because she'll wait for, I believe that is Tara Bordana there on the far side to take it. Here's Voice Yield on. And it's gone out of play, so Olympic will get another throw here. So wait for someone to send the ball back. Member of the Olympic coaching staff throwing one down so we can get this play back underway quickly. It's approaching 9:50 p.m. local time. As I'm pretty sure by now the temperature is in the single digits. I'm sure everyone just wants the last few minutes of this game to wrap up. Well, it's actually 12 degrees, so it's not quite in the single digits yet, but it's certainly fast approaching it. Here's Maya Fernandez. She'll get it into the box. She won't be able to keep possession. Lysiak to Peak. Lysiak appealed for the foul. Referee thought about it and then eventually decided to give it for a shoulder in the back. There's Alyssa Wynnum. And Maya Fernandez once again standing over the ball. They've been around a couple of the set pieces tonight for Sydney Olympic. Both have taken the kick tonight. There's Alyssa Wynnum goes over the two-person wall, looks to curl it into the top corner, but it'll dip well short and into the arms of Ali Borcha, who sends it long, looking for Mackenzie Preston Paul, and Wynnum picking up the ball. There's Baxter-Thew, and the pass to Gordon will go out to Tara Bordana. It's a throw in for Olympic. So we're just a couple of minutes away from stoppage time. Throw comes in. Headed forward by the Jets. There's Clark. Goes out to Chloe Gordon. Back to Clark. Under a little bit of pressure there from Preston Poole. Go across the face of goal to Baxter-Thew. Referee just getting out of the way there as that skidded along the turf. There's Driscoll passing it away to... I couldn't tell who that's gone to. On there on the far side of the field. Bates. Go back to Sophie Howarth. Almost turning it over there to Priya Kiriaga. As Voice Yuldon will win the ball there off the feet of Isabella Throlfo. Here's Wynnum. Kiwi with the hat-trick inside of 23 minutes tonight. Here's Fernandez. Has found Gabrielle Peak inside the 18-yard box, across onto the feet of Priya Skuriaga, who wasn't able to angle it on the left foot, and it just kept on going straight the second it made contact. Here's Kate Heap. Gets a pass away, and it will be picked off by Alyssa Wynnum, who receives a pass back from Skuriaga. Short to Fernandez. It's lobbed up in the air. Wynnum. Thew. Gordon. Fernandez. As Borcher just being checked in there by the referee. Just came out for the dive. Did catch Skuriaga with her feet. Certainly wasn't intentional by the Jets keeper. There's Throlfo. Just putting it out for a throw-in. As we enter stoppage time here. In the second half. It hasn't been too much in the way of stoppages, so I can't imagine we'll have too long. In fact, the only stoppages I can think of, besides the yellow card to Crofton in the 85th minute, saw about a minute. Free kick here for the Jets have really been the substitutes, and so I can't imagine we're going to have too much stoppage time here. Probably 3 minutes, I'd say, at the most. As the free kick is taken along the ground, Crofton loses the shoulder-to-shoulder battle here, and Wynnum comes away with it. Wynnum goes out to Lisiak, holds it up, and has to look for an option. We'll go back to Wynnum. Peak, back to Wynnum. Wynnum looking for Skuriaga, cleared away on the edge of the 18-yard box. And can Olympic get goal number 8 of the evening? As they're forced back into the defensive box, the referee says that'll do it. So the answer was no, they haven't been able to. As we get just the 2 minutes of stoppage time here in the second half. It's full time from Peter Moore Field. Sydney Olympic 7, the Newcastle Jets 0. It all started in the 9th minute, where Alyssa Wynnum opened the scoring before she went on to double the lead in the 18th minute and got her hat-trick 5 minutes later in the 23rd minute. This was followed up by goal number 4, Maxine Peake getting her second of the season in the 30th minute. Rochelle Borromeo making it 5 just before half-time. 18 Keane in the 53rd minute, making it 6. For Bella Foyce-Yuldon got goal number 7 in the 76th minute. Couple of yellow cards, 18 Keane in the 44th minute, Josie Allen in the 44th minute, and Neva Crofton in the 85th minute. And for Sydney Olympic now, they will turn their attention to their match this weekend. as they pick up their first win of the season. And was a much needed win for Sydney Olympic. So they will travel to Linwood Park to face the Macarthur Rams. A 5 p.m. kickoff for that one, as they'll look to chase win number 2 of the season, and certainly a possibility against Macarthur, who sit just above them on the table with 9 points. The Macarthur Rams will have moved into 12th place tonight on the table, with the goal difference going against the Newcastle Jets here, but still sitting near them on the table. So certainly a winnable game for Olympic, and as they continue to add players here throughout the transfer window. So for fellow Football New South Wales commentator Nicola Posda reporting as many as 7 players coming in. This might just be the win they needed to kickstart their season. Well, the Newcastle Jets, it's now 3 straight losses. 4-1 loss to UNSW, 4-0 loss to Sydney Uni on the weekend, and now a 7-0 loss here tonight. And they'll be looking to turn that form around as they play the Western Sydney Wanderers at Wanderers Football Park in the NPL Women's New South Wales Match of the Round, coming up on Sunday afternoon. That promises to be a good one. I will be back on the call for NPL Women's New South Wales action on Sunday if you want to hear more of my dulcet tones, as I've got Manly versus Sydney Uni from Cromer Park, and I've also got League One men's action out Match of the Round on Saturday afternoon from 5 p.m. So plenty of action across the weekend to keep you interested here, as the A-League women's season, the A-League women's season coming to an end, and the A-League men's season coming to an end as well. So plenty of NPL action to keep you entertained over the winter months. But for now, from Peter Moorfield, all of us here at Football New South Wales say goodnight. You all stay safe and warm wherever you are. It's Paletti signing off. Full time here from Peter Moorfield. Sydney Olympic 7. Newcastle Jets 0.